Thanks so much for clicking into today's webinar. I'm Takhar, co-founder here at REC Canada. And today you're going to have an opportunity to initiate a deal for a pre-construction condo investment. To get the full package, click any one of the links below. You're going to receive the brochure, floor plans, pricing, Keyspire 4 ways to win, and you'll notice there's a reservation form in that folder. By filling out a reservation form, what you're essentially doing is putting up your hand, and one of my team members will reach out to you to make sure that this is the right type of investment for you. As always here at REC, we're going to provide you with a full turnkey investment. We're going to rent out this unit for you and manage it for you for 2 years at no cost. You see, the way that you win with a pre-construction condo investment is purchasing at the most early point possible. The builder is going to increase the pricing through its allocation process. Within the 3-year period, the builder will generally increase the pricing 4 to 5 different times. We've been blessed to be working within the Keyspire community for about 6.5 years. And anytime a member has taken advantage of this type of process and this type of investment opportunity, we generally see about $150,000 to $200,000 price increase from when they bought it to when the building got built. Now, I want to make sure that this is the right investment for you. So please reach out to us after you take a look at all the collateral, including the 4 ways to win. You can reach us at 1-833-JOIN-REC. After completing the reservation form, if you're ready to go, all you have to do is email it to info@reccanada.com. That's info@reccanada.com. I hope you have yourself a great day and look forward to speaking with you very soon.
So Carmen, I wanted to thank you for joining me and SHAYAN here today. We're in Port Credit. I actually find myself in this area like every couple of weekends, just driving around, looking at the homes and taking my dog for a walk, because it's really a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. So I wanted you to shed a little bit of light as to why Edenshaw decided to develop a condo in this neighborhood.
This is where I grew up. And not only myself, but the principal of Edenshaw, he also lives here in Port Credit. Actually, he lives about 5 minutes away from our head office, which is in Lakeshore and Hurontario area, and where our developments are. So it's a little area called Minniola, which is literally right behind us. And it's not just me, but yeah, it's the company is home base is pretty much Port Credit. Growing up here is awesome. We have all of these fun activities because of all the green space and the waterfront and the river. I grew up rowing on the Credit and playing hockey at Port Credit Arena and all these different cool things you do. You're kind of like being at the cottage out here because there's so many different activities you can do outside. But at the same time, you're so close to the city. So it was fun, really fun growing up.
For people who are watching who don't know, this really is just outside the Toronto core, but it does have that kind of cottage feel. You're right on the lake, beautiful views, and even the strip of amazing restaurants and bars. There's always new places popping up. Actually, as we walked in today, I just happened to pass where I bought my bridal gown. So that was like,
oh, did you?
Yeah, I came all the way out here to buy that. So me and my sister-in-law. So Port Credit is near and dear to my heart. Perhaps you could touch on as to the exact location of the building.
The most recognizable intersection is Hurontario and Lakeshore. The property is just one street west of Hurontario and 1 or 2 blocks north of Lakeshore, right at the Port Credit GO station. So if you know where the Port Credit GO station is, this building is literally right across the street from it.
That GO station takes you all the way downtown Toronto?
Yeah, so in the morning, you would take the morning Port Credit train would be direct to Union Station in the morning. So it's like a 15-minute ride to Union in the morning, but in general, there's about 3 stops from Port Credit. You have Long Branch, Mimico, Exhibition, and you're already done. So
you're a cottage guy up in Muskoka, but you're kind of telling me that I can live in kind of a cottage country feel and I can get downtown Toronto in 15, 20 minutes every day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's the best of both worlds, so to speak.
It was great growing up here because when we would go out in university, when we were home for the summer break, and we would go out in Port Credit, it'd be great, but we would all jump onto this GO train and be downtown and just as quick and not have to worry about cabbing or driving or anything like that. It was really fun.
So you can live the urban life and the country life a little bit. I know SHAYAN wanted to touch on a few things about the building.
Absolutely. So we're really excited about this project. We think it's fantastic. Can you talk about essentially the building, how many stories, the suite mix, things like that?
So the buildings has three components to it. There's a podium piece, a midsection, and then there's the tower. In all, it's 22 stories in height. There's about 15,000 square feet of amenity space, which includes 24-hour concierge. There's a beautiful gym on the main level with a co-working space, which is really cool now with this whole COVID thing and working from home and new
That's true. We might see that a little bit more now.
Yeah, so instead of having to work in your condo, you're able to kind of get out, and it's designed very much like a boutique hotel. We made a conscious effort to design the space so it feels very hotel-esque. Yeah, that workspace, co-working space on the main floor is really pretty. It's very dog-friendly. There's a dog run and a doggy spa and a place to hang out, so you don't have to, in the middle of the night, go for a long walk outside to bring your dog out if you need to go to the washroom. The 15th floor, there's a large rooftop terrace that overlooks all of Lake Ontario. It's unobstructed, and you can see out to the city skyline very easily. Very pretty. Sunbathers, cabanas, barbecues, lounges. It's a really nice thing, and it's serviced by a fireplace lounge, a dining room. We have 2 hotel rooms on the 15th floor as well for anybody's family to come over to visit them that want to stay. There's units that are sized anywhere between 500 square feet to 1,000 square feet. If you're a young professional and you're kind of done with the downtown scene, being in Liberty Village or something like that, or you're getting into a relationship, this makes sense. If you're somewhere living in, North Mississauga or Milton or something, and you want to be closer to what feels like an urban feel but not be in the city, Port Credit is very much like that because of the strip of restaurants and bars right on the lake. I think it's open for everybody.
Yeah, Port Credit kind of has that feel where it's like if you grew up in this neighborhood, you tend to stay. I imagine that you're suspecting there'll be a few right-sizers moving into the building.
Well, everybody that I grew up with, we all kind of graduated university, started working downtown, got into relationships, and then at a certain point, everyone's like, okay, we're done with this.
Concrete jungle out of here.
Everybody wanted to come back to, and everyone has been, as they're getting more on with their lives, have actually all been moving back. My sister now moved back, everyone. So it's pretty interesting to see that. There's a lot of people that grew up where they grew up and they don't really go back there, but Port Credit has this ability to bring people back.
Yeah. And as I was mentioning with the downsizers, the houses in the surrounding neighborhood, can you speak to that a bit about, I think someone had mentioned before when we first showed up that they're like $1.4 million homes in this neighborhood.
Port Credit, Lorne Park, South Oakville. This is not a new thing to people from around here. They know it, they're kind of protective of it. There's a lot of NIMBYism in this area because of how old and historic and beautiful the lots are. So you have communities like Mineola and Lorne Park, which are literally, this is where we are. And the average price is much more than $1 million. If you grew up here and you want to move back here, sometimes it's too difficult to buy one of those houses that come up for sale because they're very expensive and there just isn't anything else to buy, which is why a project like this is so so highly anticipated.
Carmen, thank you so much for joining us today. Essentially, when this COVID business is over, we're gonna have to come back to this area and go out to an amazing restaurant in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everything that you've shared with us today, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.